Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are now both readily available physically, thankfully, and digitally on the Nintendo Switch 1 and the Nintendo Switch 2, and I have been having a lot of fun replaying these games. This first game, as we'll get into in this video. What's up, guys? It's Justin Nintendo. If you're new around here, why not consider subscribing? If you are already subscribed, I really appreciate you. Our community continues to grow, even with the growing discontent and just differences, I guess, that are kind of dividing the community as of late. Not my community, thankfully, but just the Nintendo ecosystem in general. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we are here to talk about Super Mario Galaxy on the Nintendo Switch 2. I am replaying it in this new bundle. Just to get to kind of context, I've never played Galaxy 2 before. I've never even opened the game. Not on the Wii, not on an emulator, not on this new bundle, so I'm very excited to play that. But we're here to talk about Super Mario Galaxy 1. I'm guessing that 99% of you, if you're clicking on this video, if you're watching this video, that you have played Super Mario Galaxy before. And if you have not, this is the perfect time to do so. This is easily the definitive version of these two games. I'm guessing Mario Galaxy 2. There have been dozens and dozens of videos made already by people far better equipped than I, comparing the Wii version and the 3D All-Stars version of Galaxy 1, which is what I previously played. And then this version. Make no mistake, friends, yes, this is not a remake. Obviously, this is a 4K 60 FPS remaster with loads of texture reworking. Now, what does that mean? I'm going to put some gameplay, my own gameplay, up on the screen, and you can kind of tell that it just looks better. Yes, if you're playing on Switch 2, it was upscaled to a native 4K with 60 FPS, and you can just tell the textures, most of the textures, just look better. Mario's overalls now look denim. They've got pockets, they've got a zipper, just looks more realistic. Mario himself just looks a little bit better. When you have the close-ups of Peach and especially Rosalina, they just look a million times better too. That's really the big thing here, the big takeaway. It just looks better. And that's good, because I didn't want a remake, and I was talking with a buddy earlier today, and I was saying that it kind of serves as a testament that the Wii, the Nintendo Wii, the underpowered console that it was able to pump out games like Metroid Prime, like Donkey Kong Country Returns, and especially like Mario Galaxy 1, because the game, even on the Wii, still looks really dang good. And the fact that, yes, now it does look better, runs better. It ran great on the Wii originally. It was still a 60 FPS game most of the time on the Wii, but now it's just locked 60. I am several hours in by this point, and I haven't experienced a single frame dip. It is a native 4K. When you would go back, I think it was in Game Explain's video, it might have been Digital Foundry, I don't remember, but in their video talking about 3D All-Stars version of Mario Galaxy, they explain that in a galaxy like the Honey Hive Galaxy, for example, which is also, I'll have it on the screen, you can see a lot of these textures, the grass textures, the dirt, the mud, the honey itself, the water, it just looks better. It is just a more polished, prettier version of a game that was already, rightfully so, considered a masterpiece by the masses, because it is. It is a triumph, not only in 3D platforming, but just in game design in general. And so, my impression so far on Mario Galaxy 1, I'm happy with it. I am extremely happy with it. They couldn't have done much to make it, without taking and just reworking literally every model, every texture, and changing how it was. They did, I think, what they could. I still stand by, I don't love that I paid $70 for these two games. However, I can tell, and I haven't even gotten to the added-on content yet. If you guys didn't know, there is a little bit, not a ton in the first game, I don't think, but there is, I think, a little bit more in the second game. But there is a little bit of additional content in these two games just to make it a little bit more justifiable. I still don't love the price tag, but I do like that for the first time, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think Galaxy 2 is now being offered outside of the original Wii, because that's the reason I never played it. I didn't want to hook it up to an emulator and have to deal with the motion controls and everything, because the motion controls are a big factor in these games, and I'm glad that I brought up motion controls because I almost forgot to talk about them. In 3D All-Stars, I don't know why I never tried it, but I always used a Pro Controller because I just love the Pro Controller. And it was very tedious to me. And I know a lot of people, it probably came as second nature, using the Pro Controller and then just moving the controller to move the cursor with the star bits and hitting R to reset your pointer. And that worked well enough. But with Galaxy 1 replaying it on the Switch 2 in this new bundle, better graphics, better just lighting, just better really everything. I've played it with two Joy-Cons like it was in the original Wii, where you'd have the Wiimote and the Nunchuck, and it is just much, much better this way. It is a far more convenient experience for me, and it just feels more natural because that's how I played it originally, and that's how many of us played it originally did on the original Wii. And so having the left Joy-Con and the right Joy-Con, or flipping them if you're watching this video, I'm not sure, it's a lot more natural this way. It feels better. The clicker, having it, the pointer I mean, with the right Joy-Con just feels more natural. It just feels better. And if you are apprehensive about the motion controls, if you are kind of on the fence because you're like, I hate motion controls, trust me, there is not a person on this earth that hates motion controls more than I do. If you have watched any of my videos on Donkey Kong Country Returns, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, you know that the biggest points, the biggest praises that I gave Donkey Kong Country Returns HD was ixnaying the forced motion controls, because in that game it shouldn't have been forced. It's a 2D platformer and it's never been required in a Donkey Kong Country game. I'm already getting riled up about that again, and that I haven't talked about that game in months. That being said, the motion controls here are very well done if you haven't played the game. Again, I'm reviewing a game that's been out for almost 20 years, and this isn't a full review. I will do a full in-depth review of both games once I beat Galaxy 2. Who knows when that'll be. I'm kind of going through Galaxy 1 pretty quick again, because again, I never played Galaxy 2. But once I finish it, I'll do a full definitive review of both games on the Switch 2 in this new bundle. But yes, going back, the motion controls are very well tuned. They're well defined. Yes, sometimes the pointer will just drift, and I can't explain why. I kind of know why, because it's not using a sensor bar. It's just using gyro, I think. I'm 99% sure it's just gyro that it's relying on, but it does well enough a lot of the time, and it becomes second nature very early on, using the left one and then using the right one to point, and use the pointer, collect the star bits, the pull stars, what have you. But that's my first impressions on Super Mario Galaxy 1. I'm excited to get to the additional story content. I know there's probably not a lot of it, and that's okay. It's the definitive package of a game that was already perfect, if that makes any sense. This is one of the greatest games of my generation, probably, and one of the most well-regarded games just ever. The soundtrack, the graphics, and all of that just pops even more so, having it upscaled, having it look better, having it sound better, having it feel better. The UI is very cleaned up. It's a nice package. It's overpriced, absolutely. I don't think anyone's going to disagree with you there. But when you just take a step back a little bit and look at the quality of the product you're getting, it helps a little bit. So that's going to do it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoy. If you are enjoying Galaxy 1, Galaxy 2, whatever you're playing right now, let me know in the comments. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.